In November alone, Ukrainian forces destroyed 22 enemy armored vehicles in the Kursk region. The biggest losses in the day occurred on November the 29th. Enemy paratroopers in 3 BMD-2s attacked the positions of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, but all of these armored vehicles were blown up by mines and then finished off by artillery, Forbes reports. Between August the 6th and November the 26th, Putin's army lost 364 armored vehicles on the battlefield. During the same period, the Ukrainian Armed Forces lost 319 armored vehicles on the battlefield, but the lion's share of the losses occurred in the first days of the breakthrough to Kursk region in August 2024. Attackers usually suffer greater losses than defenders. So when the Ukrainians switched from attack to defense in Kursk and the occupiers counterattacked, the casualty ratio tipped into Ukraine's favor. The picture in Ukraine's favor improved in October and November when Putin ordered his troops to completely drive the Ukrainian armed forces out of the Kursk region by February 2025. The Russian armed forces have already lost a lot of new armored vehicles that were delivered to them in October. A serviceman of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, Kriegsforscher, is confident that there will now be fewer attacks from the Russian armed forces on tracked vehicles and wheeled armored personnel carriers. It is possible that the enemy will rely on BTR-82, Tigers and Typhoons. The switch to trucks should not come as a big surprise, since Putin's army has lost 19,000 heavy armored vehicles on the battlefield in 33 months of war. The reserves of armored vehicles produced during the Soviet era are also running out. The complex tracked vehicles are gone. Simpler wheeled vehicles have taken their place. The good news is that the new Russian vehicles are less effective than the older ones they replace. The new armored vehicles are not as well protected by armor. Equally worrisome for Russian forces attacking Kursk is that the tracked BMP-2 is far more mobile in mud and snow than any truck. The trucks will have to stick to the few roads leading to the salient, making their movements predictable for Ukrainian drone operators and artillerymen.
German Chancellor Olaf Scholz has visited Ukraine for the first time in more than 2 years and vowed to keep supporting Kiev in the war. Germany, a leader in providing Ukraine with air defense systems, has already supplied 5 Iris-T systems, 3 Patriot systems, and over 50 Gepard self-propelled anti-aircraft guns, Scholz said. The aid being delivered this month will include another Iris-T system and more Gepards, he added. More material is to follow in 2025. Germany is Ukraine's second-largest backer after the United States, and a vociferous supporter, but Scholz has refused to budge on 2 of Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenski's key requests, supplying German and Swedish-made Taurus long-range missiles to Ukraine and inviting it to join NATO quickly. Scholz defended his refusal to send Ukraine Taurus long-range cruise missiles, which he has cast as part of a prudent approach to the conflict that gives Ukraine strong backing but prevents an escalation of the war. This doesn't lessen our support, which is very wide-ranging, and it is important for me to say will remain wide-ranging, Scholz said Monday. Asked when would be the right time to invite Ukraine to join NATO, Scholz said that NATO made decisions on this issue which show a way forward. At summits in Vilnius and Washington, I supported them unreservedly and I think they're right.
Bei einzelnen Waffensystemen haben wir eine bestimmte Einschätzung, ob das richtig ist, sie zur Verfügung stellen oder nicht. Das hat was mit der Reichweite zu tun und den Notwendigkeiten, die Zielsteuerung zu kontrollieren. Und deshalb haben wir gesagt, da nicht. Aber das mindert unsere Unterstützung nicht, die eben sehr umfassend ist. Und das ist mir wichtig zu sagen, auch umfassend bleiben wird. Und wann ist für Sie der richtige Zeitpunkt? Die NATO hat Beschlüsse zu diesem Thema gefasst, die auch einen Weg zeigen, beschrieben haben in Vilnius und Washington. Und die habe ich uneingeschränkt unterstützt und halte sie auch so für richtig. Aber nicht, das eine ist die Lieferung der Marschflugkörper Taurus.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and German Chancellor Olaf Scholz visited a military hospital in Kiev on Monday. The 2 leaders talked to soldiers about the injuries they sustained during fighting in the Kharkiv, Luhansk, Donetsk and Sumy regions, and the course of their treatment, Ukraine's presidential office said. Scholz, who wished the wounded soldiers a speedy recovery and took photos with them, is visiting Ukraine for the first time in more than 2.5 years. The visit comes just weeks after he was criticized by Zelensky for having a phone call with Russian President Vladimir Putin. Their call came at a time of widespread speculation about what the new administration of US President-elect Donald Trump will mean for Ukraine. Scholz said that in his meeting with Zelensky he will announce further military supplies this month totaling €650 million. He said that, "Ukraine can rely on Germany. We say what we do and we do what we say." Scholz's visit comes ahead of an early German election expected in February. As the campaign gets underway, Scholz has pointed to Germany's status as Ukraine's second biggest weapon supplier while also highlighting his prudence in working to prevent the war escalating and refusing to deliver Taurus long-range cruise missiles. Scholz has been cautious about talk of fast-tracking NATO membership for Ukraine. In recent months, he has emphasized the importance of finding a path to peace, while stressing that it must not be chosen over Ukraine's head.
Доброго дня. Бажаю здоров'я.